Hey everyone, welcome back to Bear's Workshop. It's been about 4 weeks since my last video, and I just want to make a video telling anyone who's interested in why there's been no videos. So this isn't going to be a repair or a review video like I usually do, unless you consider this a repair video of me. I got COVID, so I wanted to share my experience with it with you guys. Anyone who's interested to find out what somebody might be going through, middle-aged guy, what kind of symptoms and recovery and things like that. I'm going to stay away from making any opinions on masks, isolation and quarantining and things like that. I have my opinions on it, but that's not what this video is about. So, right after Thanksgiving is when this all started. Did a little bit of contact tracing. My friend's son was in the hospital for some stomach issues. He was released the day after Thanksgiving. He's a teenager. I did see him the day after he got out. 3 days later, I got a phone call that he turned up positive. So did my friend's wife and her mother. Were all positive. So I was starting to feel a couple of things going on. So I went and got tested. By the time I got tested, after making an appointment, it was a week after I had seen him. So I turned up positive my test came back almost 10 days after I saw him. But it was positive, and my wife, she turned up positive also, and so did another friend. And then we had our kids tested, and 2 of the 4 kids in the house also were positive. They had 0 symptoms whatsoever. 2 were not, and they never turned up positive. So the kids, their ages are between 8 and 14, and it was the 2 middle ones that were 9 and 12. They turned up positive. The 2 girls that are always with each other. So maybe that had something to do with it. My symptoms first reared its head about 4 days after that first contact. I normally have a chronic cough that I've had for years. It was much worse, but I kind of written it off to just a couple of bad days of coughing. Sometimes that happens. And then I found out that some of my friends were positive. So I got tested and I had to wait a couple of days for the results. It was over the weekend. But the first real symptom that I found was I drank a Rockstar, just a normal Rockstar like this. Here, branding. And it tasted awful. It tasted like it was flat and didn't really have much flavor, and I just thought it was like maybe an old Rockstar. I actually looked for an expiration date on it to see if I just had one that was like sitting around for 10 years or something. So I didn't even think about that. Then the next thing I had was a PB&J sandwich, and PB&J sandwiches are supposed to be like just filled with flavor. You got grape jelly, you got peanut butter, and they're all mixed together, and it's just it's like a bunch of flavors just that stand out. It's not like they should be weak, and it was like eating a chewable sponge. My wife made it for me, so I didn't really say anything, and I didn't want to appear ungrateful for making me a sandwich that tasted horrible. I thought maybe she used the off-brand or something. So I ate my sandwich and just kind of sucked it up. After that, I started thinking about oh, isn't that a symptom of COVID? And I'm like, still waiting for my results. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to say anything because I didn't want to start thinking that I'm having symptoms that might be in my head. So I just kind of didn't say anything. And I ate something later on, and it was the same thing. It was just like nothing. So I told my wife about it, and she gets an alcohol swab, opens it, has me smell it, and there's absolutely nothing there. And I give it back to her. I'm like, are you serious? Do you smell anything? She's like, oh, yeah, I smell something. So I took it back from her, and I touched it because I thought maybe it dried out or something. I thought maybe it was an old alcohol swab and it dried out. Now, it was wet, had no smell whatsoever. So the next day, the test comes back and it's positive. So I know it wasn't too crazy, but totally lost my sense of taste, smell, and that was just weird. And that went on. it gradually came back over about the course of a week. Started tasting stuff again, which was good. The rock stars started tasting like they would. I didn't even want to like drink my Mountain Dews or my Monsters because I was like, I feel like I'd be wasting them. Um, so over the next week, my other symptoms included fatigue, real bad backaches, like my lower back and just constantly trying to find different positions laying down. Headaches. I had some real bad chills when I would come in from the outside and go lay back down because I still had to work. Had trouble staying warm. Lack of appetite was a big thing, and shortness of breath whenever I was really doing anything. So one of the problems that I had was people spreading rumors. I didn't post anything on social media about having COVID, but I had people, not to name names, but my mom, that's not her name, so that's not throwing anyone under the bus, but she started telling people that she didn't, she thought I was understating how I was feeling, and which resulted in me getting more phone calls saying, I heard you're not doing well. Are you really just this? Are you really just that? And I was just like, no, I'm fine. I'm just resting. I'm in bed. But repeated phone calls about, I heard you're doing worse. And I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from. And then I did not spend 2 weeks in bed. I still had to work. So there was that. And I probably worked about 4 hours a day and took care of the bare minimum things that I needed to take care of. But no, I was not bedridden, um, and I was not dying. I never felt like I was dying. But like I said, that results in people calling when you're actually trying to get some rest. So that was not great. My wife had the same symptoms, plus she was having some trouble breathing. Turned out she ended up with double pneumonia, but she's doing mostly better. She went back to work today. I know she's not 100%, but she's a real trooper, and she knows that, work is important. Um, so she's kind of just pushing herself through it. I don't even know if she'll be able to do tomorrow, but I hope she can. But I don't want her to push herself either. I don't want her getting worse. She got breathing treatments from the doctor, got prescriptions called in. So she did some breathing treatments, got some better medicines and things like that. Um, so she's doing better, but not 100%. One thing I would recommend is get an O2 sensor so you can monitor how your lungs are doing. We had an O2 sensor in the house. Uh, so, we were checking it every couple hours, anytime we felt like we were having any kind of issues breathing or anything. And, they say if your O2 gets below 90, that's when you should like probably go to the hospital or something like that. So we never were under 90. At times we were down to 92 or 93, but generally sit around 95, and 98 to 99 is kind of normal. So get an O2 sensor. It's just something that helps you monitor how you're doing, because if you were in a hospital, that's one of the first things they're going to do is put an O2 sensor on your finger, and they're always going to monitor it. So we didn't do any odd treatments. Um, we had the prescriptions that were called in. We did some, I don't know what they're called, pearls of some sort, and those are to help you with a cough. My cough was never any worse than my normal cough, except for about a day or two before I even tested. Um, we took a Z pack that we had around the house that we got down in Mexico. So we did the Z pack treatment. The pearls, my wife did a nebulizer for the breathing treatment. I don't know what medicine she used, but we never went into the doctor. They did all the telephone doctor calls. So nothing odd, no special crazy stuff. We didn't do the hydrochloric whatever stuff. But I'm not going to eat fish food anyway. So that being said, we healed. Um, the symptoms at times are odd, as at times it was just like it went away and I felt great. I mean, like we're like right in the middle of it. I'm like, hey, I feel great. It's like a roller coaster, not like a roller coaster where you feel like you're gonna die, or, but I never felt like that bad, and obviously wasn't hospitalized or anything like that. But there was times where I just felt fine. It was like, oh, this might be over. And like 2 hours later, I'm just like, oh, crap, it's all back. And I don't know what caused the roller coaster on symptoms, but it was there. It was definitely there. I spent as much time as I could in bed, but owning two businesses and having 18 employees who still need things like getting paid, customers need invoices, supplies need ordered, meant I just couldn't bundle up in the fetal position and hide, which at times I really wanted to, because you just want it to pass. I mean, the backache was probably the worst, but the fatigue is there. But fatigue, you lay down and you just kind of wait. You're just waiting for this whole thing to pass. So right now, the only lingering effects is like the shortness of breath, especially when lifting things. I haven't done really any projects around the house or the shop, but I did replace the kitchen sink yesterday, and the day before. It took me 2 days because I kept taking breaks between steps, taking out the old sink. The old sink was on cast iron. Seemed like it was 150 pounds. I know it wasn't, but just lifting that was just horrible. But I got it done. We do have a lot of other things lined up, and I want to get to them, but I've got to make sure that I take care of myself first, because if I'm dead, I can't make videos. If I can't make videos, and I don't know, I'd rather, I just want to put out content that people enjoy and that are helping people. So I've got things like we started solar panel cleaning, whether or not it's worth it. We've got a couple RV videos coming up. One, whether it's worth it to rent your RV. Another RV related to the toilet and a horrible renter that I had. There was, we've got some other things lined up. We're going to make our own chainsaw. Let me see where I can find it. We've got a big master list. Chainsaw blades. We're going to start making all of our own chainsaw blades. And I've got everything that I need. And it's been sitting here for a month. I've got a roll of chainsaw blades that's 100 feet and all the links and all the tools to put them together. So I'm excited to do that. I want to get that done. We still have the supersized American flag that's going to be 8 feet wide, and I've got all the parts for that. Haven't been able to get that done. Let's see, we have a couple of small video on the Tesla Model 3 that we have some things that I wanted to add to that. It's wintertime. I wanted to fix the steps in the sunken bar, so we're going to do some concrete pouring, but I can't do any concrete pouring right now. It's just not going to work. But we have to do a new custom mailbox for the front yard. So we got a lot of things that are lined up. So as I start feeling better, we're going to go ahead and put them out. But I just want to give everybody an update, and I wanted to share my COVID experience with you guys. I guess someone's got to be curious, and maybe this will help them. But those are the symptoms that I had. This is how I've recovered. The only lingering thing is the breathing, but hopefully it'll pass. I heard that could last up to 6 months, and I really don't want that to last 6 months. That's a long time to not be able to lift crap and do things. So anyway, that's about it. If you got any questions about this experience that I had, feel free to put some comments down in the comments, and I'll answer them as long as they seem reasonable and not too personal about whatever. But thanks for watching. I want to see more content on stuff like reviews and workshop stuff. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll see cool stuff in the future. But right now, there's just a brief intermission about COVID. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.